Ritalin, so I don't. Also, the other day, my boss said I look young. Up.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are Laughably Dapper Entertainment, and we are here with another rousing game of The Shadow over Taldor. Who wants to give us a quick recap, by the way?
We went to a fancy party for fancy noble people and pretended to be noble people. And Steve fucked up!
As tends to be the case.
There was a gnome.
There was a gnome?
Yeah, he was a precious gnome.
Oh, yes. Yes. I was like, wait a second, you hadn't met that NPC yet. I forgot. Forgot about the other gnome.
All our fan favorites are small pattern we're running into here. So just keep making small characters.
I'm
like
going to
physically
make a small
small
character that you hate now. I'm just kidding. I had a pin. Oh, there it is. It's in my lap. As you can tell, it's been a long week for all of us, so we may seem a little burnt. Now, one of our crew members, Fire, is running a little late, but she will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, just as a quick recap to you folks, we have here with us Wandering Scarecrow.
Yo.
Who is playing the role of Mortician Philbar. We have us, Best Part of Waking Up, who is playing the role of Thoticus Bitchlegs.
And someone's playing Pokemon in the background.
We have it on film.
Sorry, that's my phone ringtone whenever I get an important message from the Prime Minister of Australia.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's a
seems
good
we're still
idea.
screwed.
Cool.
Man.
Cool.
The Prime Minister wants to fight.
Too
Me,
bad.
when I'm
Yeah,
with my relatives.
I'm just kidding.
Me, when I'm with my relatives on Thanksgiving. Aunt Karen wants to fight.
Bring it on up, Karen.
So, we also have with us Jose, who is playing the part of Sid.
Yo.
And of course, the master is being played by none other than my beautiful wife, Arcane Razzle. So when last we left off, we were doing the social rounds. We just finished round 1 of the social round, and we are now at round 2, wherein Steven is attempting to make some suave moves on an old military gentleman and failing hard at it. So, Hun, as we begin this game tonight, it is up to you. What will Steve do next?
So, is he still talking about how wonderful I am?
As a matter of fact, as we return to him, he's just saying, and there was this one time where the master, master, my cat, yes, and nothing else, actually coughed up the biggest hairball, and it was right on top of my clothes.
Hey,
it was
Steve.
awful, but it was so adorable when he was after. I'm sorry. Yes.
Steve, offer me to this gentleman.
I apologize. My master is saying. I mean, my cat seems to want you to hold her for a bit. Go ahead and roll a diplomacy check.
For Steve or for Master?
Steve.
Oh boy. That's gonna go about as great as you would think. Which is very bad, probably. What?
So, The man, hang on, actually. Oh yeah,
Wait, that was
no.
diplomacy. I
So
thought you were supposed
the man,
Will wrote. What?
the man, takes a look at you and immediately picks you up. Isn't she adorable? She's lovely. I will take good care of her. See that you do. She is, in fact, my service animal. So this is kind of a big deal, of course. And he actually gingerly holds you after he mentions that, and you see him straighten up a little bit, kind of look around, and make sure that no one's looking, and just kind of does that thing that people do where they're trying to like rub you with one finger and make like googly face at you.
Will allow. Steve, come up with some emergency where you have to go for a little bit. I want you to go take a look at one of the relics, particularly the journal, and see if you can grab it. I will message you.
I'm so sorry. I must leave. Would you be so kind as to hold my cat? It would be remiss if something were to happen to him, but I'm being called away, it seems. Go ahead and roll deception or bluff.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh.
It's okay, I rolled a nat 1, so he's just so busy looking at Master that he's absolutely just... He's not even paying attention to Steven. I keep calling him Stevicus. He's not even looking at Steven at this point. He's just gonna walk away.
Oh, I did it.
So he's gonna carry you for a little bit.
I'm probably like on his shoulders or something.
Okay, so now do you want to move Steve anywhere since you have the time?
I want him to go towards where the journal is.
Okay, so let's see. One of the things I had completely forgotten about, by the way, is that the squares are supposed to be like 10 feet each, but we're just going to go ahead and just simplify that, by the way, because time's sake. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to end up joining Thoticus in the
Oh no.
in the tour that's currently in progress. So as he approaches,
Oh, this isn't gonna end well.
the lady leading you just makes a quick note, and we will return to. Oh, and it actually works out because Thoticus,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
my
now
turn.
your turn.
Me. All right. So so what you're saying is this dagger here, it killed 30,000 soldiers.
That's not a dagger. That's you're looking at a She kind of looks at you. That's a crossbow. I can see how they might be easily confused by someone who may not be familiar with them. But these fire projectiles, rather than having them... Let's move on, shall we?
Listen, where I'm from, you see somebody taller than 4 feet holding something in their hands, you run for the hill.
Roll a diplomacy check on that, actually.
I haven't opened my character sheet yet.
Here
we go again.
I'm going to get a newspaper and I'm going to slap you with it.
God, now I have to find a plum. I'm really not good with lists.
Drew, stop this already.
I'm not good with lists. It's a lovable trait of mine.
Yes, lovable. Okay, so She just gently nods her head very politely and just says, "Okay. Um, well, if you'd like, I can bring you over to another area. This here is a journal that belonged to, pardon me. This is a journal that belonged to, um, I'm trying to find it in my notes here. Give me just a moment. Yes. This belonged to Earl Vernissat's great grandfather. It details his extensive genealogical work to connect their family to the line of the historic and heroic Honestant legacy. Although no one really knows what the last few pages are for, as there seems to be a messy jumble of notes. It is yet to be formally translated, let's say. Um, so what are you rolling for, Thodican?
I was gonna see if I noticed that Steve is right behind me.
Oh, absolutely. He just kind of keeps his distance and just
He's an
nods to you.
awkward, very awkward, anxious looking mess who genuinely looks like he shouldn't be there, and yet he is.
Atticus is trying his best to like pretend he's not there.
So
Kind of like when you're in the Wawa or in the gas station. There's just one really stoned person, and you don't want to make eye contact.
are you that stone? No, I'm just kidding.
I wish I was right now. I'd be better at this game.
Oh my god. So she's just kind of, introducing all the other objects. She also showcases that there's a couple of different trinkets and baubles. There's a cup that someone left out that they claim used to belong to a miracle worker, a priestess of Pharasma, and they're like, "Oh, this enchanted vessel has been kept clean and worshipped for thousands of generations." As far as you can tell, though, based on your perception as well, it's just a beaten up old cup.
I already got one of those. This is all pretty fine and dandy.
Excellent. Do you want to do anything else at this moment?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Take your time, take your time, take your time.
I'm sorry. Alright. I am going to ask the tour guide a little bit more about the gala, because all I know that it's full of people who like to step on Nufkin.
Go ahead and roll a
Charisma, diplomacy. Diplomacy.
You want to be stepped on?
I do not.
No.
This is not that type of roleplay. Listen, I might not be wearing pants, but I still have some dignity. I should probably roll a bluff for that one.
Well, her character is nowhere near yours, so that works out fine. Let's see. Well, the Grand Exaltation is one day every year when the Emperor can elevate a commoner of unusual skill or service to the ranks of nobility. So this is not quite uncommon, In fact, there is a bump. There is a commoner who will be joining us, who is actually going to be moved to the nobility today. A commoner by the name of, and I swear I have this, guys. Give me just a second. That name is Calibo. Calibo came from Breezy Creek. He's nice, from my understanding. So she kind of moves on to the next item, and she's going to be moving now over here. And Steve will follow suit. And you guys have kind of, I like how you're actually bigger than everyone else. You're bigger than Steve.
Just
that's
try and
people's
step on me
perception.
now.
That's just everyone's perception of the Nufkin, that he's just so obvious and in the way that he may as well be like
No.
20 feet tall.
You watch it, cat.
As you're walking, make another perception check.
Oh boy. Here we go. Perceiving things. You know, I really thought that being like an animal would have made my perception rolls better, and they haven't been so far. You know, being
So-
like a prey animal.
You are honestly a little distracted by all the fancy things, mostly the food that you're smelling that's going around. You see a couple of waiters again. You notice the froggy, almost amphibious look to them as they pass what looks like caviar.
I
on
mean, I'm a
crackers.
rat, so I can't really judge. Yeah. My prom date was was an earthworm person. It was terrible.
She just kind of looks at you. One of her eyes slightly twitches.
You think it's hard to dance when you're young? You try and dance with someone with no arms and no legs.
That seems
I had enough
needlessly
left
cruel.
feet for both of us.
So she continues. One of the waiters lowers the caviar and it seems to be offering it to you. There's a bit of drool coming down his lip as he blankly stares at you.
Hey, you know, just one, you know, just one of us, you know, little guys to another, you know, like rhetorically speaking, little guys. You got a little, like right there, like oh no, other side, right? Oh, it's
The way he
fine.
like his almost unblinking eyes. One eye blinks very slowly, and then the other slowly follows suit. And he continues to drool before he slowly lifts the tray up and moves along. So next up, that's the end of your turn, unfortunately. So it is now the
That's
master.
one.
I want to listen into whatever the dude I'm with is doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see if I can do this. First.
Because of the way he's holding you, it's a little difficult to see whom he's talking to as he moves about. Ah, yes, it's a good thing that you have all of this in order. Make sure that none of the guests gets out of hand. Our Lord and Master will be here soon. Make sure that all goes according to plan. Go ahead and roll a sense motive.
Okay. Sense motive.
Because you can't see who he's talking to or anything, you have no idea what the hell is going on. This is going very well for you. Um, is there anything you want to try?
Let's see. What do I have? What do I have?
Actually, he's going to do something a little strange. We're going to go ahead and try to handle animal.
What?
So he's trying to kind of shift you a little bit because, of course, you are a cat. You're a little restless. And as he's trying to shift you, he almost drops you, but you're able to adjust your weight, thus giving you a little bit better of an advantage. You can either re-roll your perception check, or you can take another action.
I want to re-roll my perception because I imagine at this point I would have climbed onto his shoulder.
Okay, so it's just him trying to make sure that you're not running off. So go ahead. Before you make that perception, go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh no.
Someone's dog barks and spooks you. You nearly fall off. Go ahead and roll reflex.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh. Let me roll. You're fine. I rolled 3. You guys work together and are able to make sure that you don't fall off of him. Unfortunately, you will not be able to make that perception check, but he will move along.
Oh, can I message Steve at least? It's a...
Send him a text.
That's
Oh, God.
basically what it is.
Those rolls, though.
I know! Dexterity is like one of my best stats, too. So, can I message Steve?
What kind of action is it?
Standard?
Fortunately, no.
Okay.
It's okay, Rascal. That happens to most guys.
Oh my.
I'm a female. Also,
I couldn't tell. The fur is throwing me off.
also, I'm a cat.
It's okay. It happens to most guys.
So it is now Sid's turn, who is on her way to the archives.
El Dorado.
Eh,
Oh wait, I'm right here. Okay. I'm just gonna keep trekking along here. Can I do I go here?
yes, you will go ahead and so I had told you, I can't recall last time if I had said that it was how long it was going to take you. I think you have 3 rounds to get there, if I had said.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
okay.
Oh wait,
so,
I was
yeah.
in A2, so I have to be in A3 now, right?
Yes, because it's just because it's so crowded right now, so that's actually the perfect place. As you are standing there, a man comes to, no, not a man. A woman comes up to you, and let me pull up her character so that you guys can see her.
Oh, she's cute. Oh.
Hello there! I love your horns and I love your dress! Oh, my name is Tanasha. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you, and I really appreciate that you like them. Most people actually kind of cower in fear or otherwise. I really love your hair.
Thank you! Oh, I love the color of your dress too. So, tell me, how long have you been here?
Oh, not very long at all, actually. Tonight's my first night at the gala. I'm
Oh,
here with some
wonderful.
friends.
That's wonderful news. Have you tried all the food?
Oh, yes, that happens to be my favorite part. I couldn't stop myself.
Oh, you and mine too. Oh, food is the best, isn't it? Oh, humans are so boring, politics are so boring, but their food is amazing.
May I ask, what species are you?
Oh, oh, you probably can't tell because I'm a gnome, but I actually represent the Fae here.
Oh, wow,
I
that's
didn't
most
know that.
impressive.
Yes, I was chosen by the Fae, and well, the Senate had no other recourse but to accept my presence. So now I'm here, taking care of the boring politics. What are you
Uh,
here for?
oh, I'm actually, well, I happen to be friends with a couple of nobles here, and they kind of have me on errand duty at the moment. But that didn't stop me from going over to the snack table. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like the way you think. Work and food. I never thought of that. I could eat everything whenever I wanted. I'm sorry, but that's wonderful to hear. I hope I'm not keeping you from anything, of course.
Oh no, not at all. You've been a delight to speak with.
I'm so happy you think so. Say, I have a question to ask. What do you think of all this voting nonsense?
Honestly, politics is quite dreary. I understand your predicament quite well, and I find the vote to be somewhat outdated, in my opinion. What's your opinion on the matter?
Oh, I think it's been a long time coming. These humans take so long making their stupid decisions. I mean, why not just kill the king and replace him with someone new? I mean, that's what the Fae would do. If he broke contract, of course. But you know how it is. Ah, these bureaucrats, they love to chop down trees and put everything on paper. Ah, they'll pay for it someday, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they deserve it too, of course.
I agree. Say, do you like magic? I've been working on this new spell.
Ooh, show me, please.
As soon as she says that, another man comes up to her, and that is going to be this man right here.
Baronet Sisato.
Now, madam, you know better than that. You can't do magic here, we've told you many times. I apologize. Our Marquis here is a bit. What's the word? Flamboyant. And you're a bit boring. Eh, I'm glad that you are so open with your opinions, madam. But there will be no magic here. What about that magic? That's not magic, that is simply a candle. You don't know if it was made by magic. You'll have to excuse her.
Oh, it's fine. Sid kind of giggles and thinks about like compares this to her relationship with Mort. It's fine. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I was expecting some magic, but I understand that it's not allowed within the premises.
You'll have to understand, we have a duty to protect our citizens as well as the king. Uh, the Marquis, Tanasha, always forgets this. I don't always forget it. I just sometimes think all your rules are boring and that all of you are stupid. And there it is. Thank you so much. I will keep her out of your way for now. Please enjoy yourself, madam.
Okay,
And he just
very-
kind of drags the gnome off. I told you not. I've had enough to hear with you today.
Sid kind of waves awkwardly and smiles.
She waves back politely and just like she's actually, as she's being dragged off, the entire time waving at you, smiling, just huge grin on her face.
Oh, she's precious.
And with that, it is now Mort's turn.
Well, shit. So Maud's gonna go do more investigating, trying to find Duke Centimus.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Von perception check coming right up.
Ooh. Okay. So you were able to hear with your sharp drow ears that
I had a little vampire hidden.
you were able to discern that Duke Centimus is actually up in the archives as well. From what your understanding is, he is simply he's kind of there just looking about at the collections and stuff, perusing for any kind of information. So the easiest way to get there is to go kind of the way Sid is going.
To the archive.
Okay. So it's going to take you 2 turns to get there because you have to go through the galley and I'm sorry, you're going to have to go through there's so many notes here. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to go through the Emperor's Hall to get to it. And as you're moving about, go ahead and roll another perception check. So you come across, you're able to navigate your way through without knocking one of the waiters over. He seems to be carrying a tray of what looks like sliced deli meats that have been put on these fine crackers, topped with a sprig of some kind of herb and cheese. And he looks at you, blinking. Order.
No, thank you. I'm on a diet.
And he walks away. You're able to, tell those distinct, fish amphibian features. He's not a gillman. He's not a fish person per se, but he looks warped somehow. Like, do a quick knowledge planes or knowledge history for you.
Either same amount.
You're able to tell just by looking at him that this was not how this person was born. You're not sure if this was a mutation, if this was something that someone forced on him, or what, but there's something definitely off, and it's scratching at the back of your head like you know where this is from, but you're not able to reach it right now. You're too distracted by your mission. But is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'll just keep going towards the archive. Make my way downtown. Walking fast. Faces past. And
Walking faster.
Down. Walking. The waves come up to me. Walking faster.
So, okay. It is going to be Darmeeth's turn. Welcome back, fuck.
When there's no more room in hell, fire shall walk the face of the earth once more.
I said just come down to hell. Tell George that it's me.
Well, but did George was wearing that weird cologne again. I didn't like it.
Hey, it's not nice. I ran through a sewer, okay?
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, if I recall correctly, I was invited to the bar by a noblewoman.
Not just any noble woman, but
Hold
a
on.
giant lady.
I was surprised that Mort didn't make a perception check to see where Darmeeth was and get really upset about that.
Oh no, he saw. He's still kind of brooding over, and just like, fine, I'm gonna go do my job. You don't want to hang out with a fat lady with me.
But it was Lady Gloriana Morilla.
Indeed. She is currently chatting you up a little bit. She seems to be rather intrigued by your presence.
Oh boy. No pressure or anything.
And I apologize, guys. I cannot remember the voice I used for her, so
It's alright.
Do you recall how she sounded? I'm sorry.
Let me see. Something like...
What was she? She wasn't Scottish, right?
No. She
No.
wasn't Scottish. She sounded nice.
She
Okay.
sounded a
She's
little
just like-
shy.
Shy, yeah.
Oh.
She was a little shy. She was a little reserved. But she
Yeah.
was still very
Nice.
pleasant.
Okay, I remember now. Okay, I think I've got it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
See, normally a good DM would have this stuff on hand.
Or listen to the recording.
Yeah, just busy. Really quick, I want to go on a rant and say, no cell phones at any job is like pulling fingernails from people. God damn. Anywho, so she kind of leans in, says, I apologize. It's just so loud in here. Tell me, what brings you to the Exalted Ball today? The gala?
So Darmeeth is going to collect herself a little bit and just... Well, it is a very important night tonight, is it not? I thought it best for myself to witness it with my own eyes. I have to admit, I didn't think I would find such pleasant company.
She kind of blushes at that.
Aw.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Oh boy. Wrong roll. Hold on. Sorry.
It's all good.
You are too lost in this woman's... No,
I mean... Come on. Okay. That's not too bad.
so, you still seem a little timid and a little shy. But she can tell that you mean no ill will. And she actually brightens up. So you think that the vote will go through then? That they'll actually allow Princess Eutropia to be, well, king someday? Or queen, I suppose?
Darmeeth tilts her head back slightly thoughtfully. Just... It is a dear wish of mine that this vote will go well. I cannot speak for anyone else, but I do have hope that things will proceed in a positive way.
I agree, though she, go ahead and roll another diplomacy check on that, actually.
Okay. Oh boy. Ooh!
Nice.
So she takes your reserved, your reserved nature as as though you are playing it cautious because you're worried about maybe being disappointed, but she seems to get the message, and she's actually super excited about that. Um, and you see her visibly relax even further as she's with you. If I may, were you going to do anything this evening? I mean, other than the usual gala thing.
So Darmeeth is taken a little aback by that, not visibly shaken, but just kind of oh. So she's kind of playing with the bracelets on both her hands and the chains, the light chains that connect it to her ring fingers. It's just, well, I didn't exactly have something solid in mind, but
Oh, you're not here with anyone, are you? I mean, any companions?
From across the hall, she's with me!
That would be a Mort move, just like
oh my god.
stomp all over this flower.
Got a clam jammer?
No. The professional term is beaver dam.
Jesus. Okay, so Darmeeth says, well, there are a few that I know here, but I believe they're all occupied. She kind of stops for a moment, she kind of leans in a little closer to Gloriana and just, to be honest, I've had a feeling since I've walked in here. I'm not quite sure where to place it, but I would say it might be best to be cautious.
She kind of looks at you, take a quick perception check.
Sure.
It's about to get gay.
Aww.
I don't know. Oh.
No, you actually see her kind of gasp and just like kind of slump her shoulders back when you mentioned that there might actually be danger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Is there something that you know that you're not telling me? I'm sorry, that seems very forward. We've just met and but is there something the matter?
Oh my god, oh god. Okay. Whew, I need a moment to compose myself. Cause I don't want to break her heart. Oh god, I don't want
If it makes you feel any better, I understand that we've just met, but if you need any sort of assistance, well, it's important for strong women to stay together. I mean, to work together. That is, with each other.
So okay, hold on. What would I take for what kind of a check would I take just to see if that stirs Darmeeth in a way?
It would kind of be a sense motive, honestly.
Okay.
Makes your doki doki to go toki toki.
Oh no!
Toki toki.
Your doki doki went toki toki.
You absolutely are not sure what she's referring to. You actually just think that she means that she's going to support you and just help you out with your mission.
Okay. Oh, I was scared that was going to be worse. Okay. So it's
more you're just oblivious.
Okay. I will take oblivious. I will take oblivious.
Hashtag playing hard to get.
I will take oblivious.
I can see just like Mort walking past and walking past Sid and just looks over and just like, you seeing that shit?
And then Sid turns to him and goes, "You ruin this, and you will lose your hand to my katana."
No, I'm honestly happy for it. It's just the simple fact that like she's oblivious, and I love it.
Okay, so Darmeeth, completely missing any kind of not ulterior motive, but just kind of subtext. It's
Mhm.
just, if it wouldn't ruin your evening, I'd be happy with your company and your support.
She visibly straightens up and smiles broadly. I would enjoy that, actually. I hope I'm not keeping you away from anything more important, of course, but I would be happy to walk with you and maybe introduce you to a few of the noble. Um, it's really boring, and well, I've never had the pleasure of having somebody with me at one of these, and I.
And you don't know why, but you just got to try. You want to
So Darmeeth, again, she's kind of playing with her chains a little bit. She doesn't know why she's feeling like this, but she's chalking up to nerves and just. I would appreciate it. I don't exactly have a great many contacts.
Oh, well, let me show you. Actually, I see a few of my fellows coming this way. And we will stop there. And we return now to Steven. I will be right back, guys. So you guys can prep for what happens next. Hun, that means you specifically. I'm just going to grab something to drink really quick.
Can you get me some water too?
Oh no.
No, it's just like from across the room. It's just like, you don't know why, but you just got to try. You want to kiss the giant.
Oh my god. This is not where I intended things to go, but I mean...
I intended for you to slide your arm into her, like the crook of her elbow, and allow her to escort you.
We'll see what she does, because she's not...
No, just to see Sid from across, just like pulling snacks out of her like hidden pouches in her arm, eating them like the freaking popcorn, and going, "Oh my fucking kiss her!"
So here's the thing, and I'm kind of pulling you guys while the DM's away. I've got a fake name on standby, but at this point, I'm worried that's going to do more damage than good.
A fake name?
Yes.
Well,
remember the medallions that we used to get in?
Yeah, the badges.
Yeah.
No, I can understand that, but it's like, you don't want to lie to this lady.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because you love her.
It's because she's nice. I don't think the L word's in there yet. Hold down.
Love.
That's her name. I forgot what my cover name was.
See, what I could do is have her.
That is true.
I could have her present her first name as her quote unquote middle name.
Then that wouldn't be a full lie.
Yeah.
Good God.
And use the last name that's on the badge, which is Sherlandrea.
Fartblaster. Book.
Or even past that, what you could do is figure out kind of which side she's on in the scheme of things, like what her prerogative is there, and explain, like warn her fully of the dangers if you find it to be.
That's what I'm trying to feel out.
Yeah.
About her. Yeah.
Also, I do apologize about my dog. I am back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Do not ever apologize to Desi. I love her.
I believe there might be a storm coming, and that might be why she's so loud. I do.
Yeah, there's a
apologize.
massive cell down here, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was
Yeah, there's one
further
here
fragments.
But Desi, girl,
Woof, woof.
down, baby, come here, come here, baby, come. Desi. I know you're protecting us. You're doing great. Okay,
too.
so Steve, who is with the group, Hun, what will Steve do?
I want him to go to the journal.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check for him
Oh boy.
with advantage, because it is a crowded room and all.
Oh.
Oh, it's a good thing you had advantage.
Well, I rolled the 15 first, so.
I literally just said that's why it's a good thing you had advantage. So, he goes ahead and he's able to slip off no problem.
Woo!
No one pays attention as he approaches the journal.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want him to do now?
Can he try looking through it and slip it into one of his pockets?
That is going to have to be a sleight of hand. That's going to have to be technically it's 2 sleight of hand checks. That's 2 separate sleight of hand checks.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oof. Okay, so let's see.
Nice.
So he's not able, while he's fumbling through the book, he's not able to catch anything. But one of the people nearby steps forward. Excuse me, sir. Whatever do you believe you think you are doing with that journal? I was merely admiring it. I had no idea that that we would not be able to touch such a delightful tome. I honestly had forgotten myself in the excitement of the history of this place. Go ahead and roll bluff for him.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
The man kind of blinks. I can understand such excitement, but please be careful. It is a gentle piece. This thing is old. It might liably fall apart. Please, if you would be so kind, put it back and be gentle about it, old bean. Yes, of course, I will put it back right here where it belongs. Yes.
Old Spice.
The Old Spice, goddamn.
You know, I just remember that Futurama episode. It's just like old maid, old boy, old
Yeah.
sausage.
So, unfortunately, because he was caught, he does put the book down. And that will be his turn for now, unless there was anything else you wanted to try.
Can he use prestidigitation to distract away from him while he pockets it?
You'll have to roll another sleight of hand for that, as well as the because the prestidigitation. Exactly, what are you trying to do?
Let's see. Probably like a loud sound away that would distract people away from him. Like close enough that it's going to gather the attention of people around him, but away from him. Like sounds of like shit crashing really loud.
Okay, so
Maybe a fucking scream.
so go ahead and roll the sleight of hand.
Okay.
And I think prestidigitation, I don't think you have to roll anything, but you may want to check on that.
Oh!
Oh my god!
So under his robes, he kind of just hides his hands after he folds them together and waves them underneath the robes. in such a way that no one can tell that it came from him. And all you hear is a large clatter coming from across the room, and everyone quickly rushes as a suit of armor falls from its place and lands in a heap. My word! Oh, how dreadful! Oh, someone should do something about this right away! My goodness, you're right. I do believe that this archive is in fact haunted! Go ahead and roll a bluff for Steve.
God, you're such a terrible liar.
God, Steve, why?
The man turns, looks at Steve, and says, removes his monocle. Slowly, my word. You're right! This room is haunted! And he runs out of the room, and everyone just stares agape at the clattered remains of the armor.
Oh my God,
that's
this
perfect.
is just like our,
What did he
literally elementary, where, like, he's dumb, but only slightly smarter than everyone else somehow.
Thoticus, you absolutely hear that crashing. Okay, so that is going to be Steve's turn for now.
Jeez.
And boy, what a turn that was.
Good
Oh my
lord.
God.
So, I mean, was he able to grab it?
No, but he's created a fair distraction for himself, to say the least.
Alright.
I thought you said he put it
Jesus.
under his pocket.
No, he hid his hands
Oh, well,
to
he
do
was
the
casting.
presentation. Yes, while he was
Okay,
casting.
okay.
So it is now Thoticus's turn. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll for the tour guide. Oh yeah, she is privy to that. Best, I think you're still on mute, by the way. Unless you stepped away from.
Oh, no, I was on mute by accident. I was on mute on purpose for a moment. I stayed muted for too long. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, what artifact are we closest to currently?
You are closest to the fan and the spyglass.
There's fans right there. Can I get a bonus because of the distraction to sleight of hand to grab the fan?
Yes, it will. You'll also have to roll stealth, and I'm gonna have to roll her
All
perception.
right. Let's see. I have to find where those are on my sheet. So what was it? Stealth and sleight of hand?
Yes.
Nice.
So she's busy being distracted by what's going on, and she doesn't see you break from the crowd at all. No one does. You just disappeared under all these big peoples. You just no one fucking looks at a Nuffkin when ghosts are present. You know what I mean? Just everything just fucking, you literally don't matter to these people right now.
Everyone knows.
Have
rich
I
people
ever
are
mattered to
superstitious.
these people though?
The aristocrat. Because of the distraction, no one sees you pick up the fan.
Oh, I gotta add fan to my inventory.
So, and that is a that is the that is a hang on,
Okay,
I
got the
can-
fan.
More information about that fan. It is made of silk. It is, as far as you can tell, just a mundane, fancy piece of crap. Now, do you want to return to the group, or do you want to press your luck? Because right now everyone is clearly distracted. You are in stealth. No one.
The
No one
spyglass is right there.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. So, do you want me to roll stealth and sleight of hand again, or just sleight of hand because I've already broken up the group and there's no.
Since you didn't cause any distractions yourself and you didn't bring anyone's attention, you can actually go straight to the sleight of hand. You are still in stealth.
Oh,
And you absolutely
beautiful.
You just snatch that
I would pay
spyglass
10
and
gold
shove
for
it in
that
your
spyglass.
flesh pocket, and yeah, no one notices a thing.
All right.
Get out of there, boy.
I'm gonna go. You know what? Where am I gonna go? Because I'm done stealing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've gotten out of that life. I cleaned myself up. You know, I'm trying to set a good example out there for all the other young rat people. Don't join gangs. don't smoke opium. You know, don't do the thing with the mouse trap and the tail. You know, that's cool now, but how long? You know, when you're a grandma, how are you gonna feel then, huh? Pretty stupid, huh?
This is beautiful.
All right, where am I gonna go?
Do you want to go
Back to
back
this-
into the group, or do you want to go ahead and go?
Well, the group was just me and the tour guide.
That's true. Do you want to go back to the tour guide, or
Let's
do
go
you...
meet some other people. Tour
Okay.
guide was getting kind of boring.
Okay. So, which way do you want to go from here?
Well, the calamity was over in A1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it would make the most sense to go and rejoin. I could go over to A. I wouldn't be able to get over to A3 in one turn, would I?
No, it would take you it would take you a turn to
Alright.
walk over there.
Let's just go to A1 for right now, and we'll go over to A3 with the others later.
Bro, you're already in A1, so
Well,
you mean
over
A2?
here where the people are. I'm in the part of A1 where there isn't anybody.
Oh, okay. So actually, as you pass by, one of the ladies takes one look at you and screams bloody murder.
Oh God.
Who let you in here?
God damn it! It's a Karen.
Karen.
I want to speak to the manager.
I am.
Straticos Maximilla Pathos. What is this rat doing in the building?
Should I roll diplomacy or bluff?
It depends. What do you want to tell her?
To go fuck herself.
No.
You could.
Oh, or I could start acting like an animal, make an even bigger distraction.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
no.
you get thrown out.
I mean, now they
At
can't
best.
catch me. I got
At
like
best.
a nat 20 in dexterity. No one can fucking touch me. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna roll I guess I'm rolling diplomacy on this one. Ah,
Crap.
So
That's
what are
not
you
what
what
I
are you gonna
expected.
say to this absolute Karen of a person?
I already forgot why I'm actually here in the game. Great. It's like I'm I'm not a special guest. The children's entertainment.
Yeah, I was about to say entertainer.
She looks
I'm the
at you.
You want to see a magic trick? Check this one out.
I'll make your husband disappear inside your secretary.
I'll make your husband disappear, and I'll make it so you can't walk straight in the morning. Obviously, I do not say that within the canon of the game.
Damn it! That would have been
Oh my
hilarious.
Vonicus has more manners than that. That is what Trash Morton would say.
That's fair.
That is fair. So, okay, so you say I'm here for the children's entertainment, and did you want to add anything to that, or?
I do a magic trick.
So,
I'm going for the what's the thing with I pulled like the flower bouquet out of my sleeve that I don't have. I guess I do 'cause I'm wearing a jacket now.
so you pull like those fake flowers out of your
Yes.
no, out of
I'm
your
wearing a
sleeve.
jacket. I have a sleeve.
So you pull them out of your sleeve, and you're just like, ta-da!
Yep.
She looks at you, squints her eyes. Ah, I can't believe that at this extraordinary gala, they would allow such riffraff and trash to entertain the children. You can barely entertain your way out of a paper bag. Please get your disgusting visage away from me and my children.
Good God.
She has no children around with her, by the way.
Her jewelry is her children. Thank you very much.
I mean, to be fair, what's this lady's name? Or are you just calling her Karen?
Her name is, you don't know her name, actually.
Alright. This, honestly, lady, Thoticus is gonna say this in canon. But, he and Karen might not be on the same page, but they're in the same chapter. Thoticus doesn't know why he's fucking here either.
I wish you would say those things in character because I love them.
Fine, I'll do it. I mean, lady, I don't know you, and you don't know me. And we might not be on the same page, but we're in the same chapter.
She looks at you and says,
And he kind of
"Darling,
shrugs and
we're
like
not
nods his
even in
head.
the same library."
Oh.
The glove has been thrown.
Jeez. I have half a mind to perform Swarm to see if I can't team up with whatever crawled up her ass, but it probably died a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
imagine
you have half
Thoticus
a
saying
mind.
that to someone who's just a near passerby, just like, who's just giving that oh shit face.
Thoticus is saying this to a real rat he has found and has befriended.
At a
This is
gala
the
such
new
as
canon.
this, the only real rats that you'll find are the aristocrats.
I'm writing that one down for later.
I like how the punchline to all your shit has been the aristocrats.
This, you know what? This particular scene, just this whole part of the campaign is just rife with those jokes. Yep.
So it's my turn over. Can I talk to someone else? I don't think Thoticus is gonna beat what you just said.
So that is the end. That is the end of your turn, and we go back to Master, who is still with the High Straggler's Maximilar, who is going to move over to the scene with you.
Riff-raff, street rat.
I say, what appears to be the matter? What appears to be the matter, Dame Trant? Somebody allowed this thing into this building as if it is some kind of person who is entertaining children. What kind of moral bankruptcy does it take to allow such a filthy mongrel into a building where all of the best of the things in the world happen? The Senate, of all places, where decency and morality should be above all.
I mean, to be fair, Thoticus is wearing neither shoes nor pants.
Of course, I see the problem. Excuse me, sir? I assume you are a sir by your wonderful spats and your dapper tie. If I may, are you indeed the, children's entertainer?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Should I roll
Then-
sleight of hand to show my badge or whatever?
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Sure, let's keep just doing this. Oh no.
You
So
roll.
you-
You go to
shit.
pull out your badge and you flip him off.
No,
Oh.
you go to show him your badge, and you. So imagine it's like a cartoon, like it slips out of your hand because you're trying to fumble for it, and you smack it right in his face. It just
I'm
slaps
like-
against him.
Like
I'm
pointy
like
part
two-
first.
Wait, but I'm like 2 feet shorter than him.
He's
But you
bent
have to get the
over
badge
looking
into his
at you.
face.
Oh, wait a
Thoticus
minute. Is it like the
feet
pointy end
tall.
into his face?
It's more like, have you guys ever tried to like pull something? Like imagine trying to pull your phone out of your front.
Oh yeah,
pocket,
like it flips into your face. And...
Oh god.
and it just like it slips out of your
Alright.
hand and just slaps him.
All right, charisma roll. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, you know, I mean these kids, you don't know what they've been playing in. You know, they're all kind of. It's a mix of sticky and a mix of slippery. And I mean, hey, I mean, I'm a magician. You know, gotta be able to, you know, that card magic. Gotta keep it oiled up.
Oh my god!
So he is thoroughly convinced that that was part of an act. My word, it must be wonderful with the children. He doesn't even look at the badge as he hands it back to you. Just
That's wonderful.
Nice save.
I do birthday party.
I'm sure you do, sir. Please. Go about your day. I apologize for the Dame Trance treatment, and Madame, he is an honored guest here. For the children, please, I ask you, don't take your anger out again.
How are
Nice.
we standing? What's like the physical? Is he like kind of behind me?
He's still kind of, he's actually more in between you guys,
Oh.
kind of off to the side, making sure that she doesn't like lunge at you and try to attack you.
Oh, okay. Then I know exactly what I'm gonna. This isn't really a roll for anything, but Thoticus is gonna peek out a little bit behind his leg, just, you know, like in the cartoons, you know, stick his tongue out.
Oh no. Oh no.
She glares at you and just, you can see her tapping her finger in that Karen sort of way
Jesus.
as she walks away, just storms off.
Congratulations, you even survived the encounter with the entitled personage.
Meanwhile, all of this is going on, Master, and you're seeing all of it from his shoulders. Like
Oh,
you've
it's the
seen-
same guy.
Oh yeah, it's the same guy. So, Master, what will you do now after all of this mess?
Wow. I'm sticking around with this guy because I need to get as much info as I can get.
Okay. So, he kind of nods to you, Thoticus, and he goes about his stuff. Let's see here. As he walks away, go ahead and roll another perception check.
Me or Master?
Master.
That's better.
Okay, you can see him talking to a couple of the a couple of the butlers and the service people.
Yoke Suthery!
I am going to. I mean, it should be fairly obvious, but I'm going to DM you the information, and you can. You're going to have to hold that under your hat because no one can understand you anyway.
Yeah. That's what I wanted, so.
Dang it.
So while I am doing that, you guys can start thinking about what you're going to do next. And he's traveling along to multiple butlers, by the way, as you guys are moving along.
What's he doing with them?
Buttling.
Not him, he's a soldier.
Solging.
God damn.
He's soldiering on.
I think it's fair to say that he's smitten with the kitten.
That's pretty gay, yo.
I can't wait till this all just completely fails and Steve either ends up dying or in jail and I end up becoming the king's pet because that's clearly where this is heading.
Obviously.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really convinced for like a couple of there that Sam was saving up his big twist was thought it was named the poor person of nobility.
Surprise!
I really thought that's where you were going.
Oh, shit!
Like as soon as you said that was part of the gala, I was like, oh boy, here we go.
No, you ain't fancy enough.
The one thing he does say to one of the guards who is also nearby. Now the guards, from what you can tell, don't look like the butlers do, but he tells him simply, "Have the preparations been made?" And the man nods. "Good. See to it all that attend are present when needed." The guard nods his head again. "Master, is there anything else you want to do?"
That didn't sound good. Do I have a standard action?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
sort of. I mean, the way this works is a little different. So, what is it? What were you thinking of doing?
Sending a message.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna message Steve, which the range is about 100 feet,
You're in range.
and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Steve, I think they're planning on killing the king or something, or the chick who they want to be queen. I think people are going to die, so you might want to let the detective people know."
Oh, shit.
I love the fact that the master just used chick.
Hey, the master's up on times, man. Dreamland's cats.
That's
Shit's
true.
interesting in the Dreamlands.
I dream of things that the people of this time cannot possibly imagine.
Like the tubes of you. Okay. So, as master is taking somewhat of an understanding of that, you have one more chance. You can go ahead and either roll because you overheard this with your perception. You can roll a sense motive or knowledge nobility.
I'm going to sense motive because I think I will do better with that. It's about. No, I'll do nobility. I'm smarter than I am that, but not by much.
You have no idea.
Humans are confusing.
Yeah, humans are confusing. You're just like, what does this human want? Why can't it just be hungry or, just hungry or content and nothing else? Stupid humans with their stupid complex emotions. So that is going to lead us to Sid. It is now your turn.
Alright. She finally makes it to her destination.
You see a rather rotund man who is sitting in a. He's missing his legs as he's sitting in a wheelchair, kind of browsing the books. And you see another man kind of looking about here and there for throughout the books as well. This is the man, Count Orlando Vespire.
Which one is he?
He's the one. You guys can't see the.
Oh, there we go. And he's the one I'm supposed to do errands for?
He's the one that you were tasked to send the message to.
Oh, wait, what message was I supposed to send? Like, I was not informed.
Oh boy.
A message with your fist.
You were literally just given a letter, a message in a letter, a sealed letter to deliver to him.
Okay.
A letter with a seal.
I'm just gonna walk over to him and
I think they prefer. I think they prefer the term sea lion.
so like she's gonna kind of like walk over to him and give a formal bow and say, "Greetings, good sir. I have a message to deliver for you."
He kind of blinks and looks at you. From whom? Not to be. Hang on. From whom? I was told I wouldn't be disturbed. He
So-
looks at you.
What's that one chick's?
Do, 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 do.
No, I'm asking out of character. What's that one chick's name again?
You are gonna have to roll a quick intelligence check to see if you can remember.
I probably can. Hopefully. Haha,
Yeah,
I
you remember it is Lady Martella Lothlead.
Oh, why, it is a message from Lady Martella Lothlead. Here you go, sir. And I kind of like take it out of one of the hidden sleeves in my arm, but it's actually like a cookie. I kind of put it back in. I take out the actual letter. Oh, sorry about that.
He looks at you. Was that a cookie?
Yes, I do apologize. Whenever I get nervous, I tend to stress eat, and social events such as these tend to make me more on edge than usual.
Roll a diplomacy.
Okay.
'Cause right now he's looking at you, mouth agape, like, did you just do that? He takes you at your word, though he still looks a little suspiciously at you and takes the message. Stupid thing. Okay, so he looks at it, folds it, and says, I wonder if you would be so kind as to deliver another message to a Lady Gloriana Morala.
Oh? Do you know where I can find this Lady Gloriana Morala?
Oh no.
I believe she was in the courtyard, but she may have moved since last I was there.
Okay. I shall indeed deliver the message.
Oh no.
Excellent. I will, of course, have you compensated for your time.
Sid gives another formal bow and says, Thank you very much, good sir. And, she asks him, is there anything else you would require of me?
He looks at you. I would ask that you please keep an eye out for the princess. I don't wish for any harm to come to Eutropia, and there are many who would attempt to. Please keep a close eye on her.
Where exactly is the princess?
You will know when the time comes. Everyone will gather.
Very well. I shall indeed try my best to keep her safe.
Do you know what Gloriana looks like?
He snaps his feet together, almost like he's about to salute you, and bows at the waist before turning back to the book.
Okay. I kind of turn to him once more and I say, one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you once more. What does Lady Gloriana look like?
He kind of blinks. She does not wear a dress, is how I can politely put it. She also has a short cut hair and appears to be wearing a sort of teal color.
Okay.
She's people are difficult to describe. They're not like he looks at his books. They're not like books where you can tell stories from. Those are easier, aren't they? I apologize, I'm not going to be much help to you.
It's alright. I'll go with the description you've given me. I'm sure I'll run into her around here. Thank you, good sir.
And thank you. And now we turn back to Morn.
Walking through the halls, bumping into people, trying not to get hit.
Actually, yeah. That would be that would actually be a technically a check.
A check?
A Czech Republic. That would be a
Check for $10,000, please.
God.
Finally, you can retire.
I would actually, believe it or not, it would be a escape artist.
Escape artist. Which I actually can do because I am surprisingly enough a detective.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta escape from all of those bills.
I got bills. I gotta pay. So I'ma work every day.
So you're able to navigate the crowd with no problem. You're, able to get to where you need to get to.
Which is the archive.
Yes. And again, you also see the rather rotund man sitting there in the wheelchair.
But I am looking for Duke.
Roll a perception check.
Duke Sentinel. Duke Fatty. Duke Fatty Fat Fat.
God.
You were able to find him, and give me just a moment. I can pull up his character thing here so that you can see him.
Duke Fatty Fat Fat.
He looks he looks to you really quick, and says, "I say, are you lost, boy?"
Oh.
Oh.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got this character mixed up. That's not the right voice for that character. That's a
Yeah,
different
because he's
character.
about to lose his teeth.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he would have lost his teeth. You seem a little lost, friend. What seems to be the problem?
This palace is quite large. I just, admittedly, I'm kind of walking through, having a look at everything, trying not to bump into too many people and keep out of everyone's way. Though it is difficult.
He kind of looks at you. He seems a little sensitive about his condition. It seems like it was rather recent. Well, sort of recent. I understand. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, look, I'll be as upfront and honest as I can with you. I'm kind of worried. See, I got concerns about this new princess going on about, and I was hoping to find some information on her, and where else but the archive?
Roll a bluff.
Rolling bluff.
Yeah, no, he believes you and honestly says, "Well, you're correct, but I can tell you a good amount about her. I've read about her quite a bit. What is it you'd like to know?"
Well, as far as my information goes, there's decisions whether to make her the next ruler. I don't keep up with nobility. I'm not usually in with politics, but I come from a, a kingdom where it's women in charge all the time, and sometimes it works, sometimes it really doesn't. And like, is this woman, do you feel that she's capable of doing the job? Like, in professional opinion.
Go ahead and roll a diplomacy. Wow. Okay. He looks at you and says, "In all honesty, it depends on what you believe in. I believe that she's exactly what we need right now. She seems strong and capable."
I just I just hope that she's able to make the decisions that need to be made when it comes down to it. When my nation first started, it was hard to be strong, but we eventually found our way. I just hope that if the choice comes through, that she's able to make the right decision, I guess.
And what kind of right decision would she need to make, you think?
A decision to better the nation. Whether it's gathering land, gathering resources, or standing up for what's right for her citizens.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy.
I mean, you can fight for so long, but it would be, could be for the wrong reasons. Is it right to sacrifice thousands of men for only a piece of land? On the other hand, is it right to give up so much without trying for it?
He looks down at his legs and looks at you. In all honesty, I've never met a woman who I felt was so compelling and so passionate about defending her people and doing what's right by her. By just going to war against this archaic rule, this primogeniture. I must admit, I feel that she has every right to rule this country. And no, I don't believe that she would sacrifice the lives of her men for something as simple as land and gain. She seems fairer than that, smarter than that, better than that. He looks down again at his legs. Better than our king. Better than his madness, it seems. And I assure you, he seems to have gotten quite mad recently.
Well, I do not wish to make assumptions like that. So again, I am but a commoner, but I do hope that the future looks brighter for this kingdom and for its people.
I do hope so. Do hope so as well. Was there any other thing I could help you with today?
No, thank you for so very much for your time. I'm sorry for bothering you like this.
Not a bother at all, sir. Not a bother at all. You go and enjoy this gallon.
Thank you. Mort gives a curt bow before walking away slowly.
Okay. So, from what you've gathered of this conversation, he clearly is in support of Eutropia and needs no further persuasion or coaxing. He seemed very genuine about how he wants to approach this.
Yeah, and Countess Pace, from what I wrote down, feels that the lands are old-fashioned and would prefer a female in charge.
This is correct. But you're still not too sure about where her allegiance lies because she's a little she seems eccentric. To be not just eccentric, but she also seems to go with the flow of things, depending on who she's talking. But more on that when we get back to you. In the meantime, it is Darmeeth's turn.
Oh boy.
Darmeeth!
So, I would like to introduce you to Baronet, uh, Baronet Duranus and the Marquis Tanasha. They are of some importance here. This is my honored guest. Oh my goodness. I, I haven't even asked your name. I'm so sorry.
That's so fucking
No,
gay.
no, it's fine, really. So Darmeeth does a very gentle uh, bowing gesture and just, I'm pleased to meet the both of you, Baronet and Marquis. You may call me Darmeeth.
Lady Moralia Morella looks at you. That's a very, if I may, very strange name. May I ask where it comes from?
Oh, far from here. I hail from far from here. Mostly desert.
Right. Of course, Lady Dami, it is nice to make your acquaintance. I take it that you must be from, as you put it, far away from here. I would like to introduce myself and, of course, the Marquis. It's nice to make your acquaintance. He offers his hand out to you.
Mhm.
And do you take it?
So I'm going to do a really quick perception as I'm raising my hand to take it.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything in particular off about the hand or anything associated on the arm.
No, I mean, it just looks like an arm and a hand. All fingers are there, no particular marks, no birthmarks, no scars, nothing like that. And his hands, they're not too soft for a nobleman.
Mm-hmm. So she does take it.
Okay. His grip is really firm, I should say. And it seems very curt as he pumps your hand once and he
Mhm.
immediately lets go of your hand and puts it back to his side.
That's
It
fair.
seems like he may have some kind of military background or just
Mhm.
a strict family life. And of course, Marquis, would you like to introduce yourself to the lady? Yes, ever so much. I love the color of your dress, and the silks look so soft.
Thank you very much. Really, you helped me.
And those jingly bits on your bracelet, oh, they're so cute. And they're shiny. She kind of stares at them for a little bit.
Mhm.
Shiny. First, she just kind of snaps out of it. Oh, and I see that you're with Lady Morella. Are you her special guest this evening? She looks absolutely embarrassed.
Morella. And so Darmeeth, oh god,
Sense
sense
motive,
motive, I
see-
guess, because she hasn't
Yeah.
clicked to anything yet. Let's see.
Yeah, you absolutely know what the gnome is implying.
So she's a little flustered, and actually one hand kind of comes over her mouth slightly and she can kind of feel like it's an involuntary reaction. So her face is kind of blushing underneath the veil. It's just, uh, I. She tries to kind of compose herself. It's just, I have been. It has been my pleasure to meet Lady Morella, and I have been very much enjoying her company, but I would not want to impose any.
At this point, Baronet steps up. No, you'll have to forgive the gnome. She is without any sort of tact. No, Marquis, they are not currently special guests to each other, as you so genteelly put it. No,
Boinking.
she is merely a guest who is working and moving around with Lady Morella. Besides that, you know better than to ask that question. Oh, you humans are always so darn fickle. Either you're open about who you're with or you're not. Just
I'm
like you, Baronet.
I'm very sorry, but I've only met her this evening.
There,
I
you
have-
see? Point proven. That doesn't mean anything. She could be lying, but she's not, because she looks like the kind of person that doesn't lie. She looks like a good person. A sweet girl, really.
She's blushing even more under the veil. I don't even know if it's visible at this point. It might be.
Lady Morella, involuntarily, I happen to agree with the gnome. That she looks honest and sweet, and like she wouldn't lie.
Kiss already!
Sense motive again. I need it on Lady Morella because
Okay.
well, she did it for the gnome, so oh
Yeah.
my.
Oh yeah. No, you know she's hitting on you. You
Oh, yeah.
feel that. You feel it.
It has become incredibly clear.
But where does she feel?
All the things left.
That's a good question. That is a Darmeeth only question. Only she could answer where that feeling is coming from.
All right, keep your secrets.
So she is definitely Fletcher's like I thank you again, really. You're too kind.
Yes, she is, and too trusting, and I worry.
I see. Really, it has been an absolute pleasure to meet you. And may I ask what you are thinking of this well, I should say this land, as I take it you also hail from far away.
Yes, I come from a place called this land. It is a fertile place.
With many dinosaurs.
Roll for bluff on that one.
I'm just kidding.
I was speaking to the Marquis, but okay.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Roll for will save to not cry.
Oh my god, really?
So he kind of says, "No, this is my land. I was born and raised in Taldor." The reason I say, though, that the lady is a little trusting is I've never seen you here before. I know all of the nobility. What are you? Spy? Con artist? What?
What stuff?
She's honestly a little hurt. Just, I am sorry if I've given any ill impression.
Lady Morella.
But I intend absolutely no ill.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy. Lady Morella actually seems to be growing a little red in the face, but from a different reaction.
Oh boy, please let it be.
Kick its ass.
So she's actually like it actually hurt, and she kind of finds her hands kind of drawing up to herself, just like a slightly nervous reaction, just like I intend absolutely no ill.
Cute anime pose up to your chest.
The Baronet actually seems completely unfazed by your reaction and your words. It's simple. elementary. Judging by your silks and judging by your dress, you could be from the east, you could be from the west, you could be from a lot of different places, or you could be
Classes.
straight from the. And he names the store where you actually got your silks.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell by their thread bearing because I've sold these things to this particular branch store before. I also noticed that you have markings on your hands indicating that you are some kind of fortune teller. I also noticed that in your pockets you're carrying about a small case which appears to be plaques of cards.
I just realized who you made this character.
Oh my gosh, I did too.
What?
It's
And-
elementary, my dear.
Yep. Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
What?
No, my wife is overthinking this.
I don't think she is.
Not really. He just rolled a really high perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Rose and I share one brain. He has it right now.
So-
But can he tell why kids like Cinnamon Toast Crunch so much?
All the fucking sugar. He rolled a nat 20.
Oh shit! Alright, he knows it's all the fucking sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he looks at you and says, "So that tells me that you are probably some sort of con artist, or you really do believe in what you do."
I assure you I am no con artist. She says rather firmly, actually. Not harshly, but just certain. And I mean absolutely no ill to anyone here.
I certainly hope not, because there are many people who do wish ill of each other. And that is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Part of being a nobleman, unfortunately. The Marquis here, on another note, loves to wallow in sunshine and rainbows. That's because sunshine and rainbows are amazing. Have you met a leprechaun? They're so fat!
Their meat is tender and succulent.
That's usually what they say about other people. That is a thrilling Adventure Hour reference, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
But,
Yeah, it works so well.
but she
I got
looks.
that reference.
She looks at Darmeath. I have to apologize for him. He's a grumpy sourpuss ever since his wife left him.
Oh.
Ouch!
And so Darmeath, with absolute sincerity, is just, I am very sorry to hear about those circumstances.
I think she means that my wife passed away. No, she left you. She left you for one of the Fae, too.
Oh.
Okay, Darmeath is going to try really hard for diplomacy to be like, oh, there's got to be a way to salvage this.
Please stop.
Oh, God.
What is
It's
this?
Okay, There's no way. There is no way that I can roll. This is like last time. I rolled the same number every single time. That is so weird.
That is weird, but that's what we got, and that's what
I
we're
know.
looking for.
Well, if you come across a roulette table, you know what number to go.
Gosh.
He,
But no,
he
she's-
looks
she's-
completely, again, he's unfazed by this. And he just says, "She likes to try to push my buttons. My wife died." "No, she didn't." "Yes, she did."
I can still hear her voice.
So,
There is nothing more to this story. Are you really trying to embarrass me? No, I just wish you would be honest with people.
so Darmeath says, in either case, I do offer my condolences.
Yes, that's appreciated. Thank you. He kind of relents. I apologize for I apologize for assuming that you have any ill will. I am just very protective of everyone here, especially Lady Morella. She's a good
Right.
woman, and she's been hurt before.
I see.
And she just glowers at him. But I am perfectly capable of defending myself, and I am perfectly able to defend myself against any sort of hurt. You've seen me. I've beaten you how many times on the field? Yes, your martial prowess is something to be absolutely admired. But in matters of the heart, you have been less than stellar.
Okay. So Darmeeth is just. Matters of the heart can be delicate, yes. But they can also be the greatest source of strength when things may seem most dire.
Yes, but only a fool falls in love on first sight. I mean, honestly, people. What are you, children? What is this, a child's book? Please, no such thing exists. You're just infatuated or drunk.
Ooh.
She looks like she's close to tears with that. That's not fair. No, but it's reality. And reality is harsh. And we need to be steeled. Tonight is not a night to lose focus.
So Darmeeth speaks up and says, if then you are focused on reality, I might suggest that you keep a close eye upon. And she's actually speaking soft enough for those in the immediate vicinity, i.e., her, Lady Morella, the Baronet, and the Marquis, to keep an eye upon the waitstaff. And she says this with utmost seriousness.
He leans in. I've known about the waitstaff. I've known about some of the whisperings. Keep Lady Morella. She can defend you, and you her. And he pulls you kind of closer.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear unto you, if you cause any harm to her, it will be my blade that pierces your chest. Understand me well. And he kind of straightens up. I also believe that we all have our duties. He looks pointedly at you, Darmy.
Mm-hmm.
And we should never forget our. And with that bit of drama, we're going to go to Steven. So, Hun, what is Steven up to?
Well, he made the distraction, so can he now take the book journal?
Yeah, go ahead and still have to roll sleight of hand just to make sure he doesn't fuck this up.
But do I get advantage, right?
Yes, you do. You just hear Karen just Madame Trent just screaming about a rat person. Everyone is still very distracted by what's happened. And he grabs that book like no other book, like no one's paying attention to him.
Right into one of his hidden pockets.
Yoink. That's fine.
Did you just yoink?
He's just gonna start whistling really poorly. It's more like.
Oh my god!
Trying to walk away smoothly. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for him really quick.
Oh boy. He was not made for this kind of thing. Well.
Luckily enough, everyone is still too distracted to see him just leaving the area. So, Steve has the book. What else would you like him to do?
Well, there's still a dagger. Right?
Yes, but it's on the other side. There are plenty of other things there, too. Including the crossbow that was mentioned earlier.
No, that's too big for his pocket. If he had pockets of holding, that'd be one thing.
Isn't he wearing like a cloak?
He is
No.
wearing.
He's
No,
got. He's just got his robe.
That's the same thing.
No, different.
Put it in the big sleeve.
It's not that big. Crossbows are huge.
It depends on the kind of crossbow, though, hon.
It's a big
Like-
sleeve.
I'm not gonna try it with a crossbow. Steve has to get out of this area.
Okay, well, he's successfully succeeded in doing so, so he's out. What will
Okay.
you do?
I want him to head over to the dagger. He has to avoid the guy that I'm on.
Yes, so he is gonna have to roll a. He is definitely gonna have to roll another stealth check, and I'm gonna have to roll perception.
Ah!
Crap.
Oh boy.
Ah, aha, yes, sir. I believe this, that your cat is well. I hope all is well with you. Yeah, yes, yes. I heard there was a bit of a commotion here, and I immediately began getting anxious about the haunting that was going on, and I was just wondering if I roll bluff.
Oh boy.
And yeah, Thoticus can see him, by the way.
Oh,
my
no.
god.
Uh-oh.
Gonna make this fair.
No.
Oh, crap.
Oops. Goodbye.
But Steve always looks anxious right now.
Man looks at you. Why were you really gone?
I want to toe beam him in the face to distract him.
You want to try to distract him? That would be a. Well, are you trying to attack him or are you just trying to distract him?
Distract him. I wouldn't attack him. This would be
Perform.
terrible. Oh boy. Oh boy. I am not a performance animal. Oh,
Only-
but tonight
if only-
I am.
You are a
Holy
performance
shit.
enhancing cat. Like he wants to dispute everything that's going on with Steve, but he sees how fussy you're getting and he just can't ignore it because all he's getting is like soft toe beans in the face and he's just like it appears that your cat loves me.
Like, you know how, like, cats, like, lovingly threaten you with their toe beans while massaging you? Where there's, like, a little bit of claw, but it's not, like, actually, like, hurting you. It's
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah.
I could kill you if I wanted to type thing from the cat.
Yep.
But I choose not to. Because I care.
It appears Master is wanting some affection. Yes, it appears that way.
I will fall into his arms as dramatic as possible as a cat.
Perform.
Oh boy. Flop.
Oh wait, that's profession.
That's
Oh,
perfection. Yeah.
Whoops, yeah.
Nice.
You
Nice.
flop nicely into his arms, and he's now cradling you. Think of how you cradle our long boy Butterball.
Like
So you're
a
baby.
he's cradling this cat. That is to say, I may have difficulties giving him back. He just starts scritching under your ear and chin.
I want him to cry in tears over how cute I am.
I will have to attend to my other duty. I understand that this is your service animal, but would it be so terrible if I held on to your cat for a little longer?
Steve, allow this. Just a little longer for the night.
You just see him Yes, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this.
If only there was another furry animal by.
I feel like from the human perspective, it looks like Steve is jealous.
You know, they do say that cats choose their master, and not the other way
Oh!
around.
Damn.
Yes, I've heard that before, and you're right. It's very true, and I need a minute. I'm going to be right back.
Sonicus is
Sounds
watching
like
all
he's
of
gonna
this.
cry.
The real drama begins now.
So he
Oh.
slips by, takes a deep breath. Shut up. Stab him right there if I had a knife. Oh, hello there, Thoticus. Good to see you again. Yes. I assume that you got your business taken care of.
Now, we don't have time to unpack all that. Let's just throw the whole damn suitcase away.
Agreed. Okay. Yes.
But yeah, I'm just about done for the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll another perception check because Thoticus was told to steal 3 things. He has stolen 2, but he's not on a delivery mission. As just a reminder to everybody, it's literally just the items where they are. But Steve has kind of already taken care of that.
Do you know he has, though?
That's why I'm rolling perception. Steve
It would
doesn't
actually
seem very.
You can choose. You can choose perception or sense motive.
What if I did perform magician and I do the quarter bit, but I do it with the dagger he has?
What?
You know the stupid magic trick where you pull a quarter out of somebody's ear.
Oh, the only dagger he has is his own dagger, not the dagger that's part of the artifact.
Oh, that's right. He has the journal.
You don't know he has the journal.
That's true. All right, so sense motive or perception.
He wouldn't even know which pocket it is in. For
What
all you
sense-
know, it's in his special place.
What skill is sense? What ability is sense motive based on?
That I believe is based off that is based off of your wisdom or intel. Someone with a character sheet tell me real quick.
And then what's perception based on?
That one's based off wisdom.
Okay. I think my perception stack is.
Sense motive is wisdom.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
so
just
they're
have to
both
say wisdom.
Ah!
Oh boy.
You are absolutely oblivious. Like, huh?
Oh, jeez.
This cultist came out. This cultist-looking motherfucker came out of nowhere. I wonder what he's up to. Better not try to touch my flesh pouch.
Just remember, scream fire.
Oh.
Oh, that got dark.
I'm sorry.
I already forgot what Thoticus has been asked.
Steve gets a little closer, kind of cautiously, and kind of pointedly says, I have a package here for you. You know, when I say it that way, that does sound really...
Thoticus looks up in terror and takes 2 steps back, very slowly. No, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm flattered, really.
That's not what I meant, you idiot.
Oh my god.
Can you draw that? Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's
Yes,
absolutely
please.
getting drawn. That's the best moment of policy so far. Aside from the lesbian like love drama.
That's not what I meant. I just meant that I have an item for you. There we go. That's non-sexual, isn't it? Looks
I
flustered.
mean, it depends on what circles you're coming from.
He kind of looks at you and just like, yeah, you're correct on that. Yes, that's true. But I don't mean it in a sexual manner.
I'm being very reminded right now of that conversation in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they're in the strip club and they're talking about all the different denominations of gay men.
I just
Like, very factually.
I'm just saying like if you run around the same circles that I do, that makes perfect sense. I'm not handing you any sort of he kind of looks at you and blinks, fisting items or anything. I have a book for you. There, perfect. Yes.
Mm. I mean, they say honesty is the best policy. So I guess Thoticus takes them.
Okay, so you now have the journal in your
Oh, cool. So
inventory.
Thoticus is done.
So we're just depositing everything into Thoticus's flesh pocket.
We're setting him up.
Like a fucking quarter.
Thoticus is the inventory, the bard, the anime protagonist. Thoticus is gonna need like a really nice spa day and like a good massage after carrying this whole campaign on his shoulders.
You're all stressed.
Thanks.
Damn. Gonna need some aloe for that burn, guys.
Excuse you.
You can
I
find
don't
that
know,
aloe inside of
I'm
Thoticus's.
sorry, Master. You want to look at like your statistics as far as rolls have been going?
Hey,
Ouch.
not everyone can be lucky, but not everyone can be a cat either.
Mhm.
Yeah, not everyone can be more.
Oh,
Yeah, I have no leg to
Uh,
stand on here.
You got me there, Mort. Alright. I guess this interaction's over.
So it is now.
Thoticus says that out loud.
So Steve just like I suppose, and he just stands there. So it is now officially your turn.
Alright, now
What will you
Thoticus
do?
has done his work. Already forgotten who he's supposed to shake this stuff to. Time to go party in the garden. Since, I'm making my way over to the other side where there's people.
Okay.
So, what? Not my mouse. Alright. What's going on over here?
You actually see a couple of noble people, just kind of chatting about and roll a perception check.
Those have been going so.
I know. Those are your best roll.
I know. And I get +4 to perception.
Wow.
Do tell about how great your rolls have been.
Yeah, those are
Only-
wonderful, right?
Only my perception roll's been bad.
He's not a bright boy.
He's not. No. That's pretty in character.
You are just star-studded and star-gazed. I mean, you can see literally the stars, from outside of the gala. You also see like little explosions going on. There's some fireworks going.
Oh,
and
man.
It is just gorgeous out and it's distracting, so you don't see the woman coming up to you.
Star-studded and stargaze and starving.
That's me for you.
You must be very hungry.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I mean, what other reason would you have for staring at the stars like that?
What? It's not even. Now I'm just confused.
Well-
Alright.
She looks at you. I think your confusion. I don't mean that you are starving in the sense of how you would say food, but starving on a purpose, starving for meaning. You look as if you are questioning what you are and what you exist in universe because you are wearing spats and a tie, and Nafkin do not wear these things. They run around naked like animals.
Big oof.
Should I just roll diplomacy? Because I don't even know what to say to any of that.
You can roll sense motive to see what the hell this bitch wants from you.
Okay. I'm just imagining, because I keep contextualizing all of these as what if you're in a gas station, someone to you just says this.
You're not really sure what this bitch is about. What the hell's going on?
Alright.
She looks at you. You know, you don't see Nafkin at these galas. What makes you so special that they let you in?
Oh boy, you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're rolling for now. Oh boy, I need some
Perform!
roll. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I imagine that you go to do one of your magic tricks and it just, like, almost at the end, like, you pull up the fake flowers again, and one of the flowers just flops over like it's dead, just dangling.
Aww.
I do a really good card trick, but then after the card trick's over, I drop all.
So, you are here to entertain the guests. That's very funny. You're very good. You're like a clown. I love it. It's very avant-garde. And what do you call this performance of yours? This clown performance?
Anybody have any suggestions?
The
I asked
aristocrats.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna. The aristocrats. Get it? Ah. Zonicus is like waving. He's doing like jazz hands.
I feel like someone had just come over and whispered it to him.
She looks at you. There's not nearly enough fucking for this to be the aristocrats.
Oh.
I would know. I engage in this quite often. It's fun. I know.
Oh my god.
But
Oh
no,
man, everyone's getting lucky
a
tonight.
fun action. What was that?
I said everyone's getting lucky tonight.
Sailing,
having a really good
furry
night.
animal before.
Hey, you know what I'm the perfect height for?
And what would that be? Was that supposed to be retarded?
Did
Anyway,
Did Bess die?
no, that was intentional.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
just imagining Thonicus pausing and realizing what he's gotten himself into.
Oof.
I'm sorry, was you just propositioning me?
No! Of course, no. I mean, just making a little small talk. Yeah,
I mean,
it's just the atmosphere, you know? I mean, you got the fireworks, you got the stars. I mean, you know, I'm from the Narrows. You don't get stars like this. You get smoke and haze and fog and people getting murdered in the streets. Terrible. You've got to stay inside if you know. Yeah. Should I roll?
that sounds like a very violent way to live. But I suppose not all of us can be born with a silver spoon born up our ass, right?
I like that lady.
That's it. Silver spoon in
Thoticus's
your
whiskers.
ass.
Yeah, Thoticus's whiskers like twitch. Yeah, I've heard that saying before.
You have in fact heard that saying at one point, and it was literally from Trashmore.
Ah, Trashmore, good old Trashmore. Should I be rolling charisma or diplomacy or something? Like, am I winning this lady over? Not in that way, but in like a general social way.
That would be a diplomacy check.
All right.
Yeah, she just thinks that you are a child, quote unquote, child's performer, and she's like, yes, yeah, that's good that you've made it so far up this world. Who knows? Maybe someday you'll be an actual, you know, entertainer, like an actor, or you know, one of those people who, you know, make money doing this. You know, I mean, it's probably more money than you've ever seen, but still.
Wow. Thoticus is carrying around a good chunk of change. What would be? Should I just flash it, or like, do I have to? What would I roll for that? To like do
What are
it
you
like
trying to flash?
money.
Oh yeah, that would be a
Sleight of hand. That's what I assume. It's like, I mean, well, you know, not to brag or nothing, but you know, I have studied under the great Charles Entertainment Cheese.
So you
Nice.
I want that to be a thing you do. I want that to be him saying that quote, just like looking at his hands and looking at this pile of money, just like, I have studied under the great Charles Cheese.
No, it's Charles Entertainment Cheese. You have to say the full name or it's not
Charles Entertainment Cheese. God.
This is beautiful.
Oh my god.
Everyone's getting lucky tonight.
She's looking at you very, like, absolutely enamored. She has no idea where you pulled that money from. She assumes you pulled it from your flesh pocket. Yeah, exactly.
It's right in front of you, lady. It's not. I'm not hiding it.
But if you tell me the magic, there's no more magic.
No.
Mm. I mean, there is. I mean, you know, some would say that garden, beautiful night, carries a certain magic with it. Would that be a charisma roll?
Yeah, that would be diplomacy.
That'd be diplomacy. Is that high enough?
Actually, yes. I'll beat her on that roll. So yeah, this random marquee lady is just absolutely fascinated by this rat person who just happened to come on in and just.
Yeah.
Do tell me, when are you performing for the children? I want to see how the children react to you. I hope they don't freak out. I hope they also don't worry that you're going to eat them. Also, that would probably add to some of the humor, honestly. I mean, it's, again, very avant-garde.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, at that point, it'd be more of a performance for the adults in the audience.
I mean, you are amongst the nobility. I'm sure somebody would want their children to be eaten.
Lady,
me. I'm a Nuffkin. I watched half my get eaten alive. It was horrifying. But it built
Right,
character.
you're saying it's a rite of passage for your people. Maybe we should start making it a rite of passage for ours. Make people understand that you have to be grateful for the life you've been given. It could be so easily taken away.
Hmm. Oh man. I mean, hey, there'd be more to go. There'd be more to go around.
Exactly. I I like how Chronicus just inadvertently just became Thanos in this moment. We eat half the children, half the population. Everything will be fine.
I mean, yeah, like I mean, it's just a modest proposal.
Oh my god!
Credits
Keep the
roll.
poor.
Jazz music plays. It's like, thank you. I'm here every Friday.
Oh my god.
So,
Should I keep going? Do you want me to roll for something?
no, we're actually going to go ahead and go on to Master since you guys are going to be stuck going back and forth for a while, I think.
This is going good.
Oh boy.
So, Master, you are still in the arms of Hystragos Maximalar.
Yes,
Um,
he's a grown man, a soldier general dude, holding a cat like a baby. And I am listening in.
So go ahead and roll for me. You can roll a perception or sense motive. Actually, perception. I'm sorry.
Okay. Ah!
You want to hear what this man is saying to the other nobles, but you can't hear yourself even think over the sound of your own purring. This man rubbing your face and your tummy is just too great for you to actually focus on your job.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I should make him my servant.
Mhm.
Can I use message to Steve?
Yes, you still can.
Steve, did you get the journal? Also, have you stolen? Go get the dagger. If you can, you can reply to this message. Literally lets them reply.
Steve, without breaking sweat, just says, "Yes, of course, I will get the dagger for you, and anything else you wish. I was able to retrieve the journal. Who knows what secrets lie inside of its oh. He once went on a trip to outside of Taldor. You know what? Never mind.
What?
I wasn't reading the journal in front of everyone. That would be dumb. I'll go after that dagger now.
Tell me tonight, Steve, and I'll be replacing you with the man I love.
Oh my god.
I never thought that I would lose my master to the arms of another man. I'll go after that dagger as you wish. I'll use it to stab him in the... Hey, yes, I'll go get it, master.
He's so mad.
I love
Wow. Clingy.
He's never felt this rejected before.
Oh, now I feel bad for him.
Oh, he thinks he's people.
Oh.
Ah.
I will achieve my goal.
So he's still walking about, kind of checking in on things and everything. Roll another perception check.
Perception.
That's it. Game's over. Master died.
I just
Oh shit.
Finally! Bring out the good cheese.
the good cheese.
No. So you're able to hear as he goes to another guardsman. Actually, he's not talking to a guardsman. He's actually talking to a he's talking to a pair of noble people who are just like, say, Oldwin, what is going to happen with the whole affair, the vote today about succession? And he just kind of stoically just says, I assure you, tonight all of Taldor's concerns over succession will be finally laid to rest. I would not be concerned. And he just walks away, still holding you.
I love that he's having these serious conversations and nobody else is really blinking an eye. So
Not the
this
cat.
tells him. Well, the fact that he's holding a cat like a baby, which tells me that while uncommon, he does this.
No, as soon as he starts walking away, you just hear the woman that was with the man whisper, I say, darling, was he holding a cat while he was talking to us? I believe he was. Oh.
I like to imagine that this discredits him a little bit.
Oh, Jesse, why are you whining, girl? What's the matter, baby? Okay. So, it is now Sid's turn again.
Okay. She's going to, and she's looking for Lady Gloriana, right?
Yes.
Okay. She's going to go back into this main sort of area and look around.
Have her roll a perception check, because there's a lot of people around you.
Okay.
Also, do we need a quick bio break or anything for anyone?
I'm actually getting really sleepy because I took my medicine and it's kicking in.
Okay. So I'll tell you what, we still have 2 more people after you, and then we'll call it a night. Does that sound fair to everyone?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So you were able to spot her. It takes you a little bit because there's so many people. But what you see first is you see Darmeath kind of surrounded by these people. But you see the lady next to her matches the description of the woman that Count Vesper actually had mentioned.
Alright, so Sid's going to walk up and for the moment she's going to pretend like Darmeath is anyone else just in the gala. And she's going to give a slight bow and say, Greetings. I actually came to speak with Lady Gloriana for a moment. I'm sorry you don't know me, but I have a message for you from Fred. I don't remember what that dude's name is. Let's see here.
It's Vesper. Vespire.
Vespire? Okay. From is it Lord?
Count Vespire.
Vespire.
She kind of straightens up. She turns to Darmeath, puts a hand on your shoulder. Give me just a moment, my dear. I will be with you in just a moment. If you'll excuse me. I'll take that message over here if you don't mind.
Over where? Oh, okay, gotcha. And
Meanwhile, as you pass by, Marquis Tanasha goes, Ooh, it's Horns! Hello, Horns! It's nice to see you again.
Hello, my lady. Are you enjoying yourself?
I am not. But I'm doing the best I can.
Sid kind of, as she passes her, takes a one of the really, really nice finger cookies out of her, like a hidden compartment, and hands it to her.
She looks at you like a house elf looks at a human that's given her soft.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
You know this means that we're friends now, right? But like,
Oh.
forever? No take backsies.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Excuse me for a moment. I just have some business to attend to with the lady. I don't know why I keep calling her Gloriana.
So really quick, as you're walking away, Baronet also stops you. You've made a grave error. Now she'll never stop bothering you. She never stops bothering me.
Sid just kind of shrugs her shoulders because she honestly finds Baronet like very, very
The marquee, you mean?
like literally just kind of a like a twin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Little did we know this was how we worked Wolfie in the game. No.
Oh god. Nice. No, Sid walks over though to Lady Gloriana and she kind of explains things first about how she was tasked to give a message first to Lord Vesprit.
Lord Bork. Yes. I see. And yes.
As soon as he received that message, he had an urgent message that needed to be relayed to you, and Sid takes the message out of her sleeve, remembering where it was this time, and gives it to her.
She pulls out a pen, a fountain pen, and a piece of paper, and quickly jots something down. I do apologize that you're running so many errands, but I need you to take this message to both Martella at the table in her gallery and to Duke Centimus in the archive.
She's going to sense motive real quick just to see, because she is a little bit suspicious about all of this, like whether she's giving the right messages or not, and or whether she's like she really is curious about whether she's doing something wrong or not.
You were able to discern that this lady, because she mentioned Martella Lothlead by name, that she is actually somewhat privy to your dealings with her. Like, she seems to be on the level.
Okay, and she wants me to take a message to who again?
No, Jesse.
Back to Martella Lothlead and to Centimus, I believe. Duke
Yes.
Centimus? Yeah.
Duke Centimus.
Mm-hmm. Now, you are currently closer to Centimus in the archives where you just came from.
Okay.
I thank you so much for your time and patience. You'll be compensated for your time, I promise you. Desi.
My goodness.
Desi.
Oh goodness.
Desi girl.
I
Okay.
don't know why she's barking.
I don't know why either. I know you walked her, so it's not raining or anything, so I don't know what her problem is. Desi girl. Come here, baby. Okay, she walks away from me. Okay.
Betrayal.
So, was there anything else you wanted to do, or?
Oh, Sid just kind of looks back over at Dartmouth and then back over at. Oh, actually, here I should probably roll a perception. Well, what would it be to determine like Yeah, no, it would be perception. Okay, hold on. Okay, she's oblivious to the entire thing. Like,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm guessing she's oblivious to any sort of interactions that Lady Gloriana had with Darmeath. Like because she saw, or I was wondering if she noticed them standing together or anything like that, or like noticed any awkwardness or whatever. But she rolled a 9, so I'm guessing.
You can tell there are a lot of people here, and boy howdy, are they all wearing really colorful things.
And there is food.
All right, so Sid gives a tiny bow and she said, "Enjoy your night. I will deliver these messages post haste."
Thank you. I much appreciate it. Please have a wonderful evening and enjoy the food.
Thank you.
And she's gonna return back to the group that she's gonna return back to Darmeath's side and to the group. In the meantime, Mort, what will you do?
I'd like to go find Lady Martella.
Okay. Remember, you can also use the if you want, you
The
can
magic
also use
cricket.
the badge.
Bitch. I go find somewhere nice and quiet to contact Lady Martella.
So go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception.
Perception. Okay, you find a really
Nice.
great corner to find yourself in, and you actually don't have to worry about stealth because no one's in the area that you can see, and yeah, it's just a perfect area.
Hey, I'm Squatch in here.
So,
Lady,
uh-huh.
lady, you there?
Of course, I love the stuff. And how may I help you?
I have some information.
Yes.
So, from what I can tell, the Duke is quite adamant about a change coming towards the kingdom. He feels Eutropia is strong and passionate, and the correct choice for the kingdom, has every right to rule. Feels that the king's madness is becoming overwhelming.
Then
So
it is
that's
as we
good news.
feared. Continue.
Paste, on the other hand, I can't get a good read on her.
You will need to press her, then. She has a particular weak spot. If I may, you may want to press her using... give me just a second. Notes. You may want to follow her and just listen in on her conversations. See if she still continues to switch her stance and confront her about it. You may need to intimidate her, by the way, which
Okay.
something for a man of your talents and abilities should have no issue with. Hey, it wasn't Desi this time.
Please tell the royal dog that I love it.
He already knows.
Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Alright. Let us find us a countess.
Okay. So she is going to be she's going to be back in A2, so it's going to take you another turn to get there.
Alright. Walking in the
So-
woods, walking in the woods. There's John Meath with the giant lady.
So, Darmeath, it is now your turn.
So after Sid walks away, Darmeath turns to Lady Gloriana and just gently inquires, "Are you all right?"
Yes, I apologize. There was some business I needed to take care of. Nothing to concern yourself about. Nothing to stop enjoying a day. I mean, your evening, of course. I do hope that none of what was brought up is upsetting to you.
No, I'm fine. But
That's good.
it seems that, I see. So she's like, "That name, are you referring perhaps to Lady Lothlead?"
Yes, I was. We've been in contact. Not, not in any sort of unprofessional fashion, mind you, but we've been in contact for various reasons. Just various household reasons, keeping up with the kingdom and whatnot.
I see. She kind of thinks for a second. It's just, "Would you like to walk somewhere a little quieter with me?"
She roll
Oh my.
diplomacy actually.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, come on.
She looks at you and says, "Yes, I'd like that very much, actually." She looks back at the baronet and Marquis. "If you'll excuse me, lady and gentlemen, we are going to take a walk. I'm sure. Enjoy yourselves, but don't enjoy yourselves too much or get distracted for too long. Understood?" "Yes, I understand." "Oh, I'm not talking to you, or you've already distracted. I was talking to the, I was talking to Mr. Meath over here."
She gives him a polite bow and thanks him for his concern.
He nods and walks away. He really is an okay person. I wouldn't say good man, but he does try. But where would you like to go?
Let's see. Can I do a quick perception to see if I can locate anywhere particular that it has less people around? So less chance of being overheard?
Sure.
Oh my god, okay. Something is broken.
Have you tried
No one's
refreshing?
had a successful perception check like entire campaign.
No, but I'm literally rolling the
rolling
same
11.
number.
Literally rolling 11s.
I'm gonna refresh my session really quick. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
I want
Yeah,
to see if this
'cause-
changes anything.
That's literally her 7th 11 in a row. 6 or 7.
Yeah, so that just seems really weird to me. Probability dictates that that's on. Ow. Ow. Okay, I was gonna say probability dictates that this is on the far end of the spectrum, so that's why I'm a little skeptical. Let me. But how about all this dramatic tension, huh?
Oh boy! I hope you guys at home are enjoying this. By the way, I hope you guys are having fun and that you guys are engaged. I know it's a little slower because it is, of course, a political drama, but I hope it's still enjoyable for everyone involved. And I hope
Alright.
you, as the players, are also having fun.
Oh, definitely. Although, I mean,
Oh yeah.
wow, just I almost feel like I'm getting whiplash from the different tonalities going around. Let's see if it'll let me.
Thaddeus might have his own political cult by the end of this campaign. Or at least by the end of this gala. The
Alright.
Kill the Children campaign.
Oh my god. Thanos, everyone.
They say the children are our future. We say they're our past.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I mean, Thoticus is the size of a child, so can we get rid of him first?
Oof.
Hmm.
Alright.
Thaddeus is paying you.
So okay,
Money
so you're
isn't
able to
everything.
find there's actually a place just where Mort came from. The archives is very secluded. There's really no one in there. Which may indicate that a lot of the nobility doesn't really read, or just that they're too busy enjoying everything and being out and about to actually be bothered.
So Darmeeth is going to indicate towards the archives. Just I figured it'd be a little less crowded.
Roll another diplomacy.
Okay.
She's gonna roll sense motive.
Okay. Oh!
So
Library shenanigans.
Oh boy.
yeah, she rolled a 2.
Oh my god.
So there's an extra spring in her step as you guys
Oh
get to the
Okay.
archives.
my god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And that's where we will end the session for today, ladies and gentlemen.
On a cliffhanger.
On a cliffhanger, on a various sorts.
Branch
So,
cow.
we will continue next week. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I know our streaming sessions have been a bit more sporadic. We haven't been live this week because we've had a number of issues. A lot of our members have been moving. A lot of us have been doing other things. I've recently started a new job, so I apologize about the inconvenience. But hey, we want to come back and do this more often. And we're working on that schedule, so we'll let you know how it goes. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for joining us. We will hopefully see you guys in the next session. So keep posted on our Twitter. We update quite often there. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Farewell.